You already know what needs to be done. The list is running in your mind right now. You know that if you executed those actions consistently, decisively, without hesitation, your life would look completely different in 6 months. You would be wealthier, physically stronger, respected, and finally calm. But you don't do them. Instead, you lie awake staring at the ceiling. You scroll, you bargain with yourself. You tell yourself, I'll start in 5 minutes. But 5 minutes becomes an hour. An hour becomes another wasted day. Then the guilt arrives, that heavy, cold pressure in your chest, reminding you that you are wasting your potential. You tell yourself you are lazy. You tell yourself you lack discipline. That is not true. You are not lazy. You are biologically trapped. Your brain is not built for greatness. It is built for survival, and survival seeks comfort. Survival follows the easiest path. Your own mind is undermining you, feeding you cheap dopamine to keep you safe, soft, and stuck. But what if you could rewire the system? What if you could bypass the internal debate completely? What if you could train your brain to desire effort, discomfort, and struggle as much as it currently wants your phone? This is called the override method. Once you understand it, you will no longer depend on motivation. Most people live their entire lives controlled by a 3-pound organ that hasn't meaningfully evolved in thousands of years. Understand this clearly. Your brain is not your ally. It is a survival device. Its main objective is conserving energy. To your primitive brain, hard work appears dangerous. It looks like wasted calories. It looks like risk. So when you try to do something challenging, write a book, build a business, train your body, your brain activates resistance. It releases stress hormones. It creates psychological friction. This is not weakness. This is your limbic system hitting the brakes. This is why simply trying harder rarely works. You are fighting millions of years of evolution with a temporary emotion called willpower. That fight is unwinnable. The modern world has learned to exploit this. We live in an age of engineered ease. Food arrives instantly. Entertainment is endless. Validation is always available. We are submerged in unearned dopamine. Your brain has been conditioned to expect rewards without effort. As a result, you have become neurologically fragile. When you face a task that demands sustained focus without immediate payoff, your brain panics. It demands relief. It demands the phone. This is the default state of the modern human. Numb, distracted, consuming life instead of creating it. But there is a weakness in the system, a hidden entry point. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, but that term is too clinical for what we are doing. This is psychological transformation. This is rewriting your impulse control at the source. The override method is not about fighting resistance. It is about reversing the signal. It is about teaching your brain that effort means safety and comfort means danger. Because the truth is comfort is the danger. Comfort slowly erodes the soul. If you are watching this, you already feel it. You feel the irritation of mediocrity under your skin. You know that if nothing changes, regret will be waiting for you. So, how do we flip the switch? How do we make the brain crave intensity? We have to remove excess. You cannot want difficult things while you are full of cheap pleasure. Imagine someone who eats cake for every meal. If you offer him a raw apple, he will reject it. It isn't sweet enough. It requires effort to eat. Your brain works the same way, and the internet is the cake. Before you can apply the override method, you must restore your baseline. You must reset your sensitivity. This is the part most people avoid, but it is essential. You need to accept boredom. Boredom is not a flaw, it is a biological signal telling you to act. In the past, boredom pushed humans to hunt, build, and explore. Today, the instant boredom appears, you reach for the screen. You numb the signal. By doing that, you weaken your ambition. To deceive your brain, you must first deprive it. You must cut off cheap dopamine. This is not a short digital break. This is a lifestyle adjustment. Stop listening to audio every time you move. Stop watching content while you eat. Stop scrolling before sleep. Sit in silence. When the noise disappears, the brain becomes restless. It demands stimulation. If you refuse to give it the easy options, endless content, pornography, junk food, it eventually becomes desperate. When that happens, even hard work starts to feel attractive. This is the hidden advantage of high performers. They are not more disciplined by nature. They simply remove alternatives. They design their lives so that work is the only available outlet. When you are hungry, simple food tastes incredible. When dopamine is scarce, effort feels rewarding. Lower the water level and the obstacles become visible. Ask yourself what you use to numb discomfort. Games, news, endless commentary on lives you are not living. Identify it and remove it. This is not punishment. This is allocation. Your attention is finite. Every time you spend it on something that gives nothing back, you steal from your future. Once the noise is reduced, you will feel something unfamiliar: restlessness, tension, energy, good. That is fuel, now we use it. Here is how procrastination works. A thought appears, I should train today. Immediately, another voice responds with excuses. I'm tired, tomorrow is better, the weather isn't right. That space between thought and action is where ambition dies. That is the negotiation zone. The longer you stay there, the stronger the excuses become. The brain is extremely skilled at justifying avoidance. It will present logical arguments, and because you are intelligent, you will accept them. The override method eliminates that space. You install a kill switch. The rule is simple. When a necessary action enters your mind, you have exactly 3 seconds to move your body toward it. Not 3 minutes, 3 seconds. If you wait longer, the limbic system activates, fear appears, negotiation begins. But if you move before the countdown ends, you catch your brain off guard. You act before defenses activate. This is how you override the hardware. You do not wait for motivation. You will never feel ready. Waiting to feel ready is childish. Professionals act. If you need to write, the thought appears. 3, 2, 1, you stand, you sit down. You open the laptop. You move faster than your emotions. Movement creates emotion. We believe motivation leads to action, but science shows the reverse. Action creates motivation. Action releases dopamine. When you use the 3-second rule, you tell your brain there is no debate. That lazy voice is not harmless. It is holding your potential hostage. Each time you override hesitation, you rewire the system. You strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the decision maker, and weaken the fear center. It will be uncomfortable initially. Your brain will protest. It will suggest checking messages first. Ignore it, move. This is how trust with yourself is built. Confidence comes from honoring commitments to yourself. Every countdown followed by action proves you are in control. You are the driver, not the passenger. Now we go deeper from behavior to belief. Why do you avoid difficulty? Because it hurts. It is dull. It creates pressure. But what if pain was not a warning to stop? What if pain was confirmation that you are on the right path? Most people interpret stress as a signal of error. This is uncomfortable, so it must be wrong. High performers interpret stress as progress. This is uncomfortable, therefore it is necessary. This is cognitive reframing. You must train yourself to associate resistance with reward. Think about physical training. When your muscles burn under load, you don't panic. You don't stop immediately. You pursue it. You understand that sensation means growth. The same rule applies everywhere else. You understand that small tears in muscle fibers are necessary for building strength. You have already learned to see physical pain as a positive signal. Now apply that same thinking to everything else. When you sit down to work and feel a wall of resistance, the urge to check your phone, or a cloud of mental fog, picture that sensation as mental weight training. That resistance is the repetition. If it were easy, it would not be changing you. The brain learns through association. If you start telling yourself, I value this grind, I value this difficulty, this is where weakness leaves the body, you begin to rewire your biological response. David Goggins refers to this as callousing the mind. Carl Jung described it as integrating the shadow. You take what you fear and turn it into familiar territory. When you are doing something difficult, say this out loud, this is what separates me. Because it does. Look around at most people. They are fragile. They break easily. They cannot sit still for 10 minutes. They cannot read a book without checking a notification. They collapse at the first sign of resistance. By simply enduring discomfort, you move into the top fraction of humanity. Pain acts as a gatekeeper. It keeps out those who are not serious. If the path to greatness were easy, everyone would take it. Difficulty is what gives achievement its value. So when discomfort shows up, do not avoid it. Lean into it. Treat it like a familiar test that has come to measure your resolve. Ask yourself, is that all? This shift in perspective is the override. You stop searching for the easiest route and start choosing the steepest climb, because you know the view is better at the top, and the only way there is through effort. Habits matter, but identity matters more. You will never consistently do hard things if you see yourself as a lazy person trying to be productive. That internal conflict will always end the same way. Identity wins. If you believe you are lazy, you will sabotage progress just to confirm that belief. To permanently change this, you must let go of your old self and adopt a new archetype. You are not someone trying to work. You are a machine. You are an operator. You are a builder. Stop using the language of victimhood. I'm trying. I'm struggling. This is hard for me. Remove these phrases from your vocabulary. Replace them with the language of authority. I require. I execute. I am. When you wake up, you do not ask what you feel like doing. Feelings are irrelevant. What matters is what is required. Does a soldier ask if he feels like going to war? No, he has orders. Does an athlete ask if he feels like training? No, he has a schedule. Treat your life with the same professional detachment. You are both the commander and the soldier. The commander sets the plan. The soldier carries it out. The soldier does not debate the orders. This detachment is freeing. It removes the emotional burden of constant decisions. You do not decide to work out in the moment. That decision was already made by the commander version of you earlier. Now you simply act. This is the flow state elite performers describe. It is the absence of self-doubt. It is action without hesitation. To reinforce this identity, use symbols and cues. Wear the same headphones when you work. When they are on, you are in work mode. You do not browse or chat. You execute. At the gym, wear the same hoodie. That becomes your armor. Train your brain to switch modes based on environment. You are building a conditioned response to your own life. The instinctive part of your brain needs structure and commands. Be the one who gives them. We have already discussed removing cheap dopamine. Now consider the alternative. The dopamine from endless scrolling is shallow. It fades quickly and leaves anxiety behind. The reward from completing a difficult task is different. It is pride. It is satisfaction that settles deeply. It stays. The override method is not about eliminating joy. It is about exchanging shallow pleasure for lasting fulfillment. Learn to crave the result. When you face a cold shower, a blank page, or a heavy weight, do not focus on the discomfort. Focus on how you will feel 10 minutes after it is done. Picture yourself after a demanding workout, feeling lighter and stronger. Picture closing your laptop after hours of focused work, feeling earned rest. That feeling is the reward. It is competence. Your brain can be trained to pursue it. This is the payoff loop. First, the trigger appears, the hard task. Then the override, a 3-second interruption. Then action, leaning into resistance. Finally, the reward, deep satisfaction from completion. Repeat this loop often enough, and your brain links difficulty with peace. Eventually, inactivity starts to feel uncomfortable. Others may call you obsessive or say you are punishing yourself. They do not understand that you are the one actually enjoying the process. There is no joy in mediocrity. There is no fulfillment in wasted potential. Only a constant, dull dissatisfaction. Real joy is the byproduct of effort. The mind prefers safety. The deeper self seeks meaning. The override method is simply the tool that allows meaning to win. So ask why this matters. Why not choose comfort? Why not remain average? Because you know you are capable of more. Thinkers like Jordan Peterson and Carl Jung speak about the need for strength. A harmless person is not a good person, just a weak one. A good person is capable of force, but keeps it under control. Doing hard things builds that capacity. It gives you agency. When you override your impulses, you prove you are not controlled by them. If you cannot control what you eat, where your attention goes, or whether you follow through on your word, you are not free. And a lack of control never leads to happiness. The ultimate goal of the override method is sovereignty. It is ruling your internal world. There is an internal conflict happening right now between your higher self and your lower self. The lower self uses fatigue, distraction, and fear to keep you passive. It wants you to stay comfortable. The higher self wants growth. Every time you choose the harder option, you strengthen that higher side. Over time, the weaker impulses lose influence. They never disappear completely, but they no longer lead. Now imagine yourself 5 years from today if you apply this method daily. Consider the skills, the discipline, the stability, the confidence. That future version of you is waiting for you to stop negotiating and start acting. You already have the framework. You understand how comfort traps you. You know how to reframe discomfort as strength. But information alone is not power. Execution is. This message is ending. When it does, silence will return, and with it, a choice. Your mind will try to pull you back into passive consumption. Do not let it. When the screen goes dark, choose one difficult task you have been avoiding and begin immediately. Not later, now. Use the energy you feel and direct it into action. Override the system. If this resonated with you, understand that this is only the surface. Some material cannot be shared openly. That deeper content exists beyond the public space. Most people will never seek it. That is the point.